Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House, and it's been a while since I've been to the Dollar Tree. So guess what? I had to go grab some stuff for the tiny house. So I got 2 big whoppers of paper towels, buck each, 8 rolls of toilet paper, $1 each. Well, 4 and 4, right? 4 for $1. I'll start at the junk end. So, Leaping Frogs. Got some hot chocolate with marshmallows in there. This is a new one. 2 individual packets. Trying this out. Got marshmallows because I do have hot chocolate powder here. Arizona iced tea with raspberry. Oh my. Now into the more fall wintry mode here. I got some lemon concentrate. Add to your waters or teas. Original Ricola in extra strength. Vicks Vitamin C. Serpical Instamax. And we also have extra strength and another extra strength, different flavors. So that's kind of like getting ready for maybe those winter cough and cold deals going on. Cranberry juice. Now these are loaded with sugar, but what I do is I throw these as my base in a blender and add my either protein, vitamin powders, all them to this. Makes them taste pretty decent with, because it's got this. These are pretty loaded with sugar. What do they got? 20 grams, something like that. 22 grams sugar. And then this was the item I was curious about. This is a shelf-stable artificial milk. So let's. So it's lactose and dairy-free. Excellent source of calcium, vitamin D, and B12. Low in fat, non-GMO, 100% vegan. Do not use an infant formula. Consult a doctor under the age of 5. Okay. So, fortified oat beverage, not a source of protein. So, it's like oat milk, which I'm interested in because this is shelf stable, guys. You could put this back as opposed to, milk. But they do have shelf stable milk in the US, but not here in Canada. Okay, 3 grams of fat, polyunsaturated 1.5. Omega-6s and 3s, so they have 1 gram of omega-6, 0 of 3. If I'm reading that right. Yeah. Low sodium, 11 grams of sugar, 2 grams of protein, 1 gram of fiber, which is a mystery to me if they're using oat as the base. But it's got pretty decent vitamin list here, which is not bad. Water, oats, sunflower oil, sea salt, vitamins and minerals. Relatively healthy ingredients in this drink. So I'll have to try this. Obviously best drank cold. But if you're in a pinch and don't have milk, I'm assuming this is a decent go-to. You'd probably use this for cereals and such, and cooking, and I'm assuming. So, shelf-stable, decent size, 1 liter. So these are 1 liter as well, but this one's more like a bulky one. This is more narrow. So, interesting find. I wanted to try this out, and this is a bonus for me. I'm always looking for non-GMO. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool finds. Neat. Okay guys, just got here at the tiny house. 9 o'clock, October the 3rd. We have rain, and this will be enough for my test to see if we got the leak sorted out for sure. I don't see anything, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Awesome. Let's get some lights on in here. Let's take a look, zoom in. I'll shove the bed up against this window, I think, because I will be doing some spray foaming over here. I'll probably end up closing this window and setting up some more lighting back here so I can see, because I may have to buy a 120 volt light just to have a decent light in here because it's getting ridiculous now, which is whatever. Here, I can use this one for now, but it only lasts so long. But yeah, I'll get back to you guys once I get the bed out of the way and everything and set up. Alrighty guys, I took down my security insurance blanket there for the any possible leaks, and it was bone dry. Everything looks bone dry in here, so I feel 100% safe to start foaming now, filling all this in for winter. So I brought 2 extra things of foam, brand new cans of foam with me today, and the nice thing about it is it's fairly warm outside even though it's raining. So shouldn't have condensation issues whatsoever. This corner seems to be okay that we filled in, which is a good thing. And I don't see any little drippy leakies around here. So no more containers up here. Thank goodness. On either side. So we got it, guys, finally. A lot of work, a lot of struggle. But the tiny house is now leak sealed. Now before I say that, let's take a walk. Take a walk and see if I can see any possible things that look like a drop of water sticking out. Anything like that. But the nice thing is I took my excess of that waterproofing membrane and went over a lot of areas on this side of the tiny house especially, because that's where the majority of the holes were. I turned the bypass back off, so we're actually collecting water again. Everything looks good in the corners. No leaky. No leakies on the fittings here. We're okay. How about this corner? No leakies. All the way down the opposite side of the tiny house. Nothing sticking out. No drips of water. I think we're good, boys and girls. Finally. Now, one thing I did notice outside, guys, my rock filter must be a little bit plugged or backed up, because it was doing a slight overflowing outside when I was out there. So I may have to take it out, drill some more holes in the bottom of it, which is not a big deal. And that way more water can get passed through and get into the tiny house. Oh, and as we finish, the rain has calmed down. Excellent. It was raining like this all morning though, guys, so I'm not worried at all about leaks now. You can hear it, the remainder going in. Filling up the bottom tank. It's supposed to rain all week. My oh my. So we'll see what happens. Alright. Well, pretty happy about them results. Now I can get to work foaming, get the bedroom back in order, get this wall back in order, get the solar back in order, and then continue on. Perfect. I like it, guys. Jackpot. We made it. We got it. Finally. Alrighty guys, so I've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4 cans of these giant tight foam cans. I'm on this guy still. There's about 3/4 in this guy still. 2 more left. They're about $5 a hit. So I'll be buying some more because I took them from our work shop and I'll have to replace them, but that's not a big deal. I don't think they're open on the weekend though, so I'll have to go on Monday and get those. So now we had some spots or gops of foam that just fell on the floor. Now, rule of thumb is, guys, leave them be. Don't touch them. Let them dry, and then they will pop off very easily afterwards. Same with on the clothing. Don't touch them. And once they cure and dry, everything will pop off very easy. No issues. Got some over here too. I should have left a drop cloth down, but I didn't expect just a whack ton to drop down. So I'm gonna wait about 15 minutes or so, maybe even 20, and then continue to foam in and fill in all this gap as I can go. And there's some still spots I can see in there that need to be covered up. So many layers to go. I probably will use up the rest of these cans, and believe it or not, the 3 that I have left, and that'll be it. So I turned on the electronic air cleaner on high, and I moved the damper so it's shooting the air in behind the solar wall. So it's got to hit this and then go across on a curve. That way it's not blowing directly on the foam, making it fall down. Don't want that. Had enough of that already. Big gobs coming down, unfortunately. So we're getting there, guys. We're getting it all filled in. Once this is all filled in, I think things will be looking good here at the off-grid tiny house. I'll go show you the water situation. The rain has calmed down, but it still looks like it's about to dump rain any minute. We're up to this point now, which is probably 60 gallons, maybe 70 at the bottom tank, and we're holding 175 on the top tank gallons. Not too shabby, if you ask me. Ooh, little condensation going on, looks like. So anyways, looks like the overflow as well had some moisture go through it. Little condensation action. Oh, that's not good. That's white is the from that nasty we had in the pipes. Maybe I got a little of that white chemical in this tank, which is not good. I may have to dump this tank. I think it's a good idea to dump that, to be honest. I don't need chemicals in the tank. So I'll just let this tank drain out. Obviously some got in, because if I seen white up here, that was laying in the gutters. Ew, gross. So yeah, I'll just dump that tank, because it's supposed to rain all week, so it's not a big deal to lose this amount of water. I can just close it, fill it back in after. No big deal. Get more. Yeah, so nasty looking out here. But air is pretty still. It's pretty muggy now that it's 100% humidity out. Everything is drenched. So I'm wearing my clean shoes in here, and I got my outer shoes right there. Got some new ones, so that's all right. $30. Not too shabby. So I will continue to fill this in a little bit, and that will be that, guys. This leak problem is now officially solved at the tiny house. No more nonsense, and we'll be high and dry from here on out. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna pull that piece of foam off my shirt that got on there. I let it dry up pretty well. Voila. So that's the best way to go, guys, is to I'll get the other stuff after with more detail, but got the main chunk off. That'll come off, the rest will come off. So like I say, you let it sit on whatever surface it fell off, and then it just pops off just like that. So I'll throw him down on the floor. These guys on the floor should be ready to pop off, as well as the stuff on the ladders. Just like so. How dare I? Alright, let's pull this ladder aside and get the ones off the floor. The big whoppers. Just like that, guys. Isn't that wonderful? Cool. So I got a good amount up there. This piece here seems to be quite the nonsense, but I'll trim it up and whatever after. So what I did was, it's not as thick as the original spray job, but I still haven't even got to the other cans yet of foam. So I'm still on the same one, because I've been just doing little touch-ups. Any little pinholes I missed, I shoot the hose it, or shoot the nozzle in and just fill it. Oh, there's one I got to do there, a couple there to do before I leave. I'm pretty hungry, so I need to eat. I have zip energy right now. Busting bag all morning over here, so I will shoot this with foam and go to town. Yeah. So everything seems to be working out pretty good, guys. I'm very happy the leaks are solved. Tiny house leak situation is solved. Oh, let's go check the tank. It should be draining fairly steadily still out the side. Yeah, it's coming down. Takes a while because it's only going through a 1/2-inch pipe. But I got the bypass on, so it's going anything. I got to basically wash out all the crap that was from that roof membrane sealer. So maybe in a couple days I'll put the bypass back on. I guess I waited a little too soon, or was a little too eager to catch some more rainwater and contaminated my tank. So best to give it a couple days to rinse it all out. Milky color looking, not good. So this will dry up and expand nicely. I'll come back tomorrow and do some more. Kind of feeling lazy as the fall comes on, now that I've got a majority of the stuff done at the tiny house. I seem to be going into like a lazy slump as fall rolls around. I think a lot of people are like that. Hard to say, but still looks like crap out here. It's just that I think it's more the weather. The energy levels are just bleh. So I'm gonna get some food. I hope everybody's pounding vitamin D on days like this because of the Rona going on, and go from there. My dad's next door working on his trailer, so he's doing all kinds of stuff. I did get Bounty and more toilet paper for the tiny house at the Dollar Tree, which is good. Oh my. Yeah, so like I said, I want to kind of let this air dry, expand out, do its magic, and then I can continue on. If I want to keep adding layers, I can, but I just want to get those little spots that I found on camera right here and here. Different. You got to look at all different angles to see all the little missed spots, which is all right. One right there, possibly two. So I'll do that, and then I'll get out of here. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to attempt to do some laundry here with my water in the top tank. So it's going, flowing right now. I got it just, instead of using the tube, I just put the hose right in. I'm just doing one article at a time, giving them lots of soap because they're definitely overdue. And I just ran an extension cord for now because I did not run the 120 volt wiring yet. So is what it is. I'll show you what's going on back here while that fills up with water. It's still a mess in here. So I revamped the bed a bit, and I'm gonna have to test it out to see if I gotta put more reinforcements. I would take it for more stability, but I think we're pretty good. I'll throw the mattress down and pull the sheet off because that's got to be washed as well. And I'm running the air purifier and just doing a whole bunch of stuff at once. 1327. I got this back together, but there is a gap there because of what I dug out in the 2x4 that I removed, but is what it is. I didn't do any more foaming because I said that's probably good enough for now. I could always clean it up later at some other point, so no issues there. So yeah, just using up what I can lumber wise, and I'm charging a bunch of stuff up. And let's go check out the laundry because I gotta monitor that. It just doesn't autofill, though maybe in the future. Oh yeah, that should be plenty. So what I'll do is I'll shut this off here. Let that drain out a bit. And we'll throw this bad boy onto high. And I put the drain hose just under my dryer in there. So I think we should be good to go. Give my little thingy a shake. And let's turn this baby on. See what happens. Off she goes to the races. I put one whole cap of detergent in just for this blanket, and I'm going to do the same for pretty much everything. So I'll let this do its thing and keep on working down here as I wash and get the tiny house somewhat back in order. I did fasten up some of the cabling up top, but that big BX cable I did not because I don't have a large enough bracket for it. And then I still got to run these ones, hook this fan up for the fireplace because winter is coming. And the other line, I don't know exactly what it's going to entail or do, but I'm sure I'm going to need some lights down here, so I'm guessing that's what I'm going to use it for at this point. Haven't got any more rain, so I turned the bypass off, so I'll be catching water again. And other than that, we are good to go. Just gotta do what I do right here. So yeah, we'll get back to you once it's done. Alrighty guys, so bed's in place. I got a weird spot here because the springs are busted in this area, so it kind of sinks down, but other than that it's alright. Back here I'll show you the laundry going on. No leaks anywhere yet, so that's a good thing. Other than I got a little splash when transferring the bedding into the shower compartment. And I'm just filling this bad boy up for its second load. And all the water is draining where it's supposed to through my new drain setup, so that's alright. Gotta love that. So yeah, laundry day here at the tiny house. Finally get to use some of this awesome water I caught and go from there. Now I can't wait till I rig up 120 volt receptacles. I'm probably going to put GFIs in because they'll instantly trip, and it's kind of standard for bathrooms and kitchen areas anyways, so as a safety factor. So I'll have to get a couple GFI receptacles for sure, especially for a wet area kind of back in here. So yeah, everything seems to be doing good. Gotta love it. Alrighty guys, this guy is drying out kind of on the bed. I flipped him twice already, so I got the air purifier running air over it. Should hang it, but it is what it is. So I got my pantries in. Got my prepping pantry, entertainment pantry. Back here, I'll show you what's going on. I got just a fan down here. It's gonna passively air dry this stuff out of the laundry. So we'll let all that stuff hang in there and dry out. I got one of my cleaning pads out of this guy in there, but I'll do that next time I'm here. And I'm just gonna leave everything because lots more to do. Better shut this off. It's about dead already. Yeah, so lots to do. I gotta go help my parents with some stone work. Now that the deck's done, they want to finish the backyard off with some stone. So that I think they're getting a bunch of river rock to lay out around the perimeter. So I'll have to go give them a hand. My dad just took off and told me about that before he left. So wonderful, more work. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll bring the camera home tonight. That way I can get some videos up for Patreon and go from there. So like I said guys earlier, I did fix the wall, got it back in place, got the solar wall back in place, and I had enough space to just slide this desk underneath the solar wall, and it gave a little area for my chargers back there for my tools. And other than that, lots to do still. But like I said, I gotta go give the parents a hand here. Get everything shut off here. Fridge is back up and running, so we'll have nice cold water here. Thank goodness, much needed. I'm gonna kill this too. Might as well for now. So we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. This should dry out fairly decently. I don't see any issues. I may have to just like run strings across from either end of the trailer and just hang clothes on the strings. Old school style, but it works. It'll save my floor space for sure. So I may think about doing that, especially near the fireplace. Run a line across here to here, something like that, but not obviously that close. Probably past this window, hang one. Gives enough space, and with the circulation of the fan and the heat, it should knock out and dry stuff pretty simply. So that's another bonus with this chase, so I can run a string across here, probably a couple. Some type of tubing similar to my light would be good, something kind of plasticky. That way it doesn't affect the anything. Maybe even some plastic tubing, like waterline tubing or something. I don't know. I'll look around, see what's available on the cheap, and go from there. But other than that, I'm going to leave all this wide open to dry out. And I mopped up a little bit there of the drips and such. So tiny house is still a disaster zone, but we're picking away at it one area at a time, guys. So the bedroom's basically done, though I have enough space here to put another pantry, but probably that smaller black pantry. I'll put it there. Okay. How did you get in here? Well, the door is open. So Yeah, this pantry here, that's what I'm looking at. This guy I can shove in just under the air conditioner, then I have more shelving space there. And beyond that, I will figure it out. I'm just kind of doing the bedroom area one at a time. So this is kind of like the cozy bedroom area now. Eventually, when I do get some money, I'd like to get a couple more of these. One for, obviously, as a food pantry. And, yeah, that would be sweet, actually. But I think, I guess I'll just put that black guy right across here. That'll get me kind of out of the bedroom area and kind of divides the space up a decent amount. So cool. And I will be getting back to cooking sand at some point. Everything seems to be high and dry now, guys, so that's the main thing. That's the biggest thing I was worried about around here at the off-grid tiny house. But yeah, so far so good. Oh, my bug friend is trying to hide in the air conditioner. Out, out, out. Out you go. Whatever. They're all coming in for winter. Yeah. If you guys haven't noticed, I have noticed, squirrels and mice are a big issue at this moment at the off-grid tiny house and around my parents' house. They're trying to get in for winter, so that means normally that's going to be a hell of a winter coming if they're trying to get in this early. And you should see the walnuts that the squirrels are gathering up. It's like unreal. So they know, the animals know way ahead of time how brutal it's going to be. And from their signs, it's looking to be a brutal, brutal winter, guys. So hopefully you guys, you have enough firewood, you're getting prepared out there. And not to mention everything else going on in the world. Wonderful craziness. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Another prepping video for you. If you guys haven't heard, you know, everybody's crying woe is me for getting supplies, getting there's a lot of empty shelves out there in the stores. Good luck getting stuff when you need it, type of deal. And on top of that, we now have China buzzing Taiwan, ready to go to war with Taiwan and take them over. Because China, because they're arrogant and ignorant, think they own Taiwan. Now, unfortunately, we have some bozos running the American government right now, and they're basically in bed with China. So, you know what? I wouldn't be shocked if China just went all crazy on Taiwan, and Joe Blow up there is like, well, I don't know. That's basically what his reaction's gonna be, because he's bought and paid for by the Chinese, guys. Sorry to say that, but it is true. So who knows what's gonna happen? I hope you guys have everything, you're stocked up now. But basically, my suggestion would be buy up what you think you're gonna need now and in the future, within a year or so. Just spend the money. I know it's going to hurt the bank account. Get it on hand, get it in your place or in your possession, and then if crap does go down, you know, you already have it, you're set up, and you're just going to have to ration things out like everybody else, because right now things are looking pretty grim. Good thing I'm getting the tiny house fixed up just in time for the chaos here. It's been a long road, and it's been a very tight budget, and I appreciate everybody's financial support on Patreon and donations throughout, because couldn't have made it this far without you guys. Tiny house is now leak free, sealed up, thank God. Bedroom is getting in order, and then from here on that way I will be getting the rest of the tiny house set up. Whew. And I got my batteries before, you know, the SHTF hit happens. So I got 400 amp hours lithium iron phosphate, should last me 15 years minimum, and can't beat that. No power bills. Grid goes down, I got juice, unless there's an EMP. And the tiny house will probably, if I don't have the sand, well, once the sand's in place, the tiny house won't burn to the ground because I'm surrounding my battery bank in sand, dry sand. And in case, as a safety precaution, in case something does happen with Chinese electronics, if it generates a flame or heat, it will melt the, I'm going to be laying a couple plastic bags of sand on top of my I'm basically going to fill up my batteries to the very top, tippy tops with sand all the way around, 2-inch all the way around. Then I'm going to lay 2 big bags of sand still in the plastic bag on top of the battery setup. That way I can remove them, work on the batteries if I have to, or whatever. But in the meantime, while they're there, if there's a extreme electronic event where heat is generated, the heat will melt the plastic, thus gravity takes over, releasing more sand, snuffing out any situation to stop a potential fire, if in all possible, if it happens. But this is, I'm going above and beyond for most setups here, guys, because if it went up, it would take this trailer out next door and probably cause a whole ton of damage. So I'm spending the money on sand, drying it out thoroughly, applying it, packing it in, and going from there, just as in my insurance basically for the lithiums, because I don't plan on spending any more money on the solar at this point. I'm tapped out. Actually, my credit card deal, I was declined some purchases because I ran out of credit on the credit card. So yikes, gotta get these batteries, I gotta get my statement as soon as possible so I can pay the balance off. Then I can use the card again. Go figure. That's why I couldn't pay Starlink, my internet bill, or I couldn't buy a couple more things from Amazon that I needed around here. So here's what it is, guys. So I will leave it at that and see you guys on the next one.